Hello everyone and welcome to the Curly Hair Project. My name is Nela and today I will take you through part 2 of what not to say to the female Aspie. I've already given you 10 tips of what not to say to the female Aspie in vlog and in blog, which you can consult on the website of the Curly Hair Project, but I really felt the need there was a necessity for part 2. I will start with number 1. What not to say to a female Aspie would be, have you tried being more normal? Or can you try to hide your autism? Seriously people, this is one of the most insulting things you can say to someone with autism. No, we cannot hide it. And why would we want and try to be normal? Autism is a different way of being. We just perceive things differently. We act differently. Our brain is just wired differently. When you tell us to be more normal or even to hide it, we feel as if our own identity is not worth to be shown to other people. It feels as if we're not good enough for this world, and this is a very harsh thing to deal with. Just imagine it like this. When I were to say to you, have you tried being more autistic, or have you tried hiding being neurotypical? How that would make you feel. It will make you feel as if you're not worth it to actually exist, that your own identity, your own self is not good enough for the people around you. And this is actually very, very hurtful and very insulting. So when you know someone with autism, don't go telling them to try and be more normal, or don't go telling them to hide it, because it simply doesn't work like that. And you are actually hurting someone's feelings with that on a very, very deep level. So please try and avoid that. Number 2 is a prejudice that I have encountered on numerous occasions, and even with people who work with other people with autism. And it goes a little something like this. Are you actually capable of noticing someone else's emotions? Yes, I am. Actually, I really am capable of noticing someone else's emotions. And I'll tell you something more. I'm probably more capable of noticing someone's emotions than someone with a neurotypical brain is. The prejudice that is formed around this is that people with autism don't really show how they feel as much as people who are neurotypical do. The reason for that is because we internalize a lot more. So when we notice someone's emotions, we are more quickly and prone to notice them and to actually understand them than someone who has a neurotypical brain does. The reason for this is when a person who's neurotypical notices someone else's emotions, they're more likely to sympathize, whereas we who have Asperger's syndrome or autism are more likely to analyze. So there's a difference in that. And people seem to mistake that for not being able to see someone else's emotions, while in fact we do see them, but we're more prone to analyzing them than we are to sympathizing with them. So there's a big difference there. We do see emotions very much, and we do understand why people feel the way they do. We just don't show it the way you expect us to show it. So please, please, when you ask that question, think twice, okay? Number 3 is kind of related to that, but it's also a massive prejudice that actually really hurts when people tell me this. And it goes a bit like something like that. Oh, so you have autism. So does that mean you don't feel anything? Like you don't have any emotions or what? Oh, by the love of God, please don't. Just don't. I feel an awful lot. I feel very intensively. I can feel something so intensively it causes me to pass out. That is how intensively I feel things. Now, why do people think people with autism don't have emotions? It's very simple. As I mentioned before, people with autism tend to internalize a lot, whereas people who are neurotypical tend to externalize a lot. The difference with this is when people who are neurotypical feel something, they want to show it with their body language, with their verbal language. They put it out there. For people with autism, this is more difficult. We feel something, but it's so strong, it is so intense. We often don't know what that feeling is because it's so overwhelming. Just picture it like standing in front of the sea, and all of a sudden there's this massive wave coming at you, like a tsunami, and you have to pinpoint it. You have to, at that moment, tell people what that tsunami is. You have to define it. But it's so overwhelming, that tsunami, you're so in awe of that massive wave coming at you that you can't just go like, oh, it's this and this and this. You're still like being overwhelmed by the fact there's a tsunami coming at you. That is how we feel. And the fact that we can't really put that into verbal communication makes it very difficult for us to put it out there. So when people deal with us, they have a tendency to believe that we don't feel at all, when in fact we feel an awful lot, but it is very difficult for us to put that feeling into thought, into emotion, into verbal communication, I mean. So you have a very strong emotion, but putting it into words or non-verbal communication is so very difficult. You're just like standing there looking at that tsunami, and the processing of that emotion comes later on. We call that delayed emotional processing, which you can find in our blogs and in theories from the Curly Hair Project. But yes, we feel intensively. It's like my partner always says, and he's neurotypical, you don't really say when you feel and how you feel, but when you do say it and when you do show it, it's so intensive, and it's so much, it completely overwhelms me. So keep in mind that people with autism do have emotions and do have feelings. Number 4 is something I encounter an awful lot, and I feel I don't even know how to feel around it, but it goes something like this. Oh, you have autism, so I have to like be really careful around you? No, you don't. I'm just a person, you can be yourself. Please be yourself, If something bugs me, I will tell you. If your perfume bugs me, I will let you know. If I feel that your chosen color pattern doesn't make any sense, I will tell you. If your communication is unclear to me, I will tell you. Please treat me as if you would treat anyone else. I'm quite capable of telling you that something is not okay for me. I'm quite capable of letting you know that I don't feel comfortable. But trust me in that. I'm just another person you're getting to know. And when things are not okay for me, I will communicate that to you just as much as you will communicate to me when things are not okay for you. So you don't have to be careful around me. I'm not some porcelain doll you have to treat extra carefully just because I have autism. No, don't do that. Treat me with respect like you would any other normal person. And last but not least, and this is more a shout out to my fellow extrovert Aspies, is when I get an awful lot, oh, but you have autism? Like, are you sure? Because like, I met this other girl and she had autism, and she was like, all shy and not saying a lot, but you're like so talkative and all there, I mean, are you sure you have autism? Yes, I'm pretty sure I have autism, but I'm one of those extrovert Aspies. I just like to talk a lot, and when I do start talking, there's no stopping me, and I'm very expressive and verbal, and I'm just really out there. But I still have autism. I'm just different from my fellow autistic lovely person who is more shy and more introverted. I'm just more extroverted, it happens. People with autism are never the same. We are individuals like everyone else. And Alice Rowe, the founder of Curly Hair Project, for example, is very shy and very introverted and likes to be by herself. While when you meet me, you won't get a word in edge weights. I'm very, very out there. I'm very expressive. I'm very all about nonverbal communication. So don't judge people on first basis. These were my 5 tips on what not to say to the female Aspie. I will quickly go through it again. So, number 1, try being normal. Not done, just don't even go there. Number 2, are you capable of noticing someone's emotions? Yes, we are. End of line. Next tip. Oh, so you don't have any emotions? Yes, we do. Okay? Next tip. So I have to be careful around you? No, you don't. Just treat us like any other normal person and really you'll be more than fine. And number 5. But I met this other girl and she was really shy. Why aren't you? Because I'm different. Because every Aspie has their own individual traits and has their own unique personality, just like you are. So these were my 5 tips for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or remarks, just leave them in the comments. Visit our page or our Facebook page. Give us a like or just give us some love. Thank you very much for watching and until next time. Bye.